Before we get started with today's interview, just a quick reminder, click the thumbs up, make sure you subscribe and ding the bell so that you don't miss any of the great interviews that we have coming up. Now, on to today's interview. Welcome back. Today I have a really special guest with me. I am so excited to have a little bit of time today with Martha Hill Duncan. Martha, welcome, and thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thanks, Sam. Great to see you.
Next, I'd love to talk to you about your piece, Misty Morning.
Yes, this is so fun. I wrote this as the opening piece in my Cottage Days, which goes from morning till night, of a whole cottage day, and also from the beginning of the summer to the end of the summer. And here in Canada, cottages are a big deal. But here, people just live for their cottages because, you know, they fought the winter for all those hard months. And when the sun finally comes out and it warms up, they want to be in nature and along lakes. And there's a lot of lakes around here. And this misty morning, imagine that you're waking up at the cottage or at your, farm or wherever you are in the country, and you're on water. You can see the water, and you hear the little accents that you hear are the bells ringing on boats, or people waking up in the morning. Those sounds in the morning. But you've got that ostinato in the left hand. So it's those wake up sounds. We're foggy. We haven't had our coffee just yet in the morning. And so we're just getting going. And you can think of it as maybe the water that's rippling, but definitely that wake up in a cottage or something like that. And the reason I love this one is because younger students can play it and feel like they're really expressive contemporary pianists. It's the same pattern repeating. They get to use some pedaling. They can really create this fabulous mood. These students felt like, they were really fine pianists when they'd finish some of these pieces, because they're really designed to be easy, but to sound harder, and more expressive. At the end here, you get this. Here's the loop. You just go back and forth. Feels so fun to do that because the hands naturally want to fall into that pattern.
That's excellent. Is there anything else that you want us to know about this piece?
You just have to get the accents right. You want them to be more pulsating than tacked, because you can't go fast enough if they're really they're more like little bursts of light rather than, really hard. I said, and also, of course, you want the let ring at the end. You want to just let that sound envelop the room right at the end. Never be in a hurry. I use that let ring a lot because I think a lot of students play on keyboards and you don't get the same resonant sound that you do on a piano. I say let ring because I want them to really make sure they still hear that.
One of the things that came across in this piece as I was playing it is there's a modal sound to it, which is something I also noticed in some of your other compositions. Is that something that's deliberate? Do you think about, I'm going to use Mixolydian mode at this time? Or is it just something that happens through the alteration of pitches? How do you think about that as a composer?
I'm always thinking, where am I going with this? I'm always thinking, how does that sound work? When I start, I'm never really thinking about form or modes or keys. In fact, a lot of times I'll write a piece and decide at the end what key it should be in, because what's directing me is the path of the music, really. It's like, where is this going? I'm always thinking, I think horizontally, and the way the harmonies come about are from the horizontal line rather than the vertical line. I don't say, I'm going to put a C chord here, I'm going to put an F chord here. Really, it's the horizontal melodic line that makes the harmony for me.
That's some great insight into your compositional process.
Yeah. I don't write like a theorist. I write like I think I'm more of a writing like a singer. How am I going to best envelop that line, around, to make the line, whatever that line is. It might be a melody or it might be just some notes that I think are really important, but it's like, how am I going to surround them?
Excellent. Martha Hill Duncan, thank you so much for taking time to talk with us today. I really appreciate all of the wisdom, all of the insights you've shared into your awesome compositions, and I know many students throughout the entire United States are going to really enjoy playing your pieces at their Federation Festivals this year. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sam.